otvaram. Na počátku... Nie, Privítujem vás u meno všetkých nás tu mladých zo Caritasu, ale nasамперед, скорее, як це привітamy і нашого днешнього гостя, любив дати слово нашому парохові. Івон привіта všetkých paroch. Dávam mu ruku.
Ja už privítal, ale welcome. Vítajte. Na rusky še hvali vítajte.
Vítajte
dobre
means
priamo, jak to my hovoríme vítajte. I radujeme se, že dneska máme takého hosta, dávno sme nemali takú publiku krásnu. I ja už varím, že jeden heroj, že toto, co zrobil v živote i že chce nám toto svoje herojské dílo vypripovedať. Evo, my še bar se šíme, že my u jedným malým baláde, ale máme takých veľkých hostov. Vítajte i čekáme vás.
Na počátku idem poviem do krátke slova. Dneška taký koncept, že náš host bude vyšľadovať po anglicky, ja zase budem rozvárku vodiť po anglicky. Budeme, Željko tu bude veľkej pomoci, on bude prekladať. I modlím vás, že by všetky na nejaký spôsob by sme še uključali do toho, keď zmenili po Željkovi zapne da jedno slovo šľebodno, že urucujúce neuvredzíme še. Takže, hej, môžete všetky pomohnúť tom. Takže to je to, šľebodno postaviaci pytania na koncu, lebo podčas rozvárky to nejaký nebude problém. Ja u tej chvíľky teraz predlúžim po anglicky a Željko bude prekladať. So it is my, I will stand up. So it is my real pleasure to welcome our today's guest. Możesz.
Lepšie robí bez toho.
Dobre, môžeš i bez.
Dobre, veľká mi čest privítať našho dnešného hostia, ktorý prichodí z Holandii. On prišiel na rokom len pre tú príčinu, na to naspravді, jak to parafoval, veľký herojský čin. It is my real pleasure to welcome our today's guest, who is coming from far away from the Netherlands, and this act is really admirable. It's something that really think about it if we are ready to do such a huge step.
Привітуємо гостя, який аж далеко від Холандії прийшов і ваш геройський прочерк його Бог уже прийшов аж так далеко йдемо про ту причину.
Please, with great applause, meet our today's guest, Edwin Koch. So welcome once more.
Thank you.
So many questions and not so much time, but let's start from somewhere.
Велю питання, не велю часу, але рухаємо так.
Yeah, so here behind us there will be a slideshow with photos. At any point you can refer to any of them if you want.
За нами буде слайд-шоу з слідками, та ще може на ньому дов'язатися це інтерв'ю.
In the first dinner for today's conversation, we will talk a little bit about yourself.
Спочатку розсарки будемо першого гостові вишивати, щоб він у себе і приповідав на це.
Then we will have a little break with some music.
Будемо паузу з музики.
And in the second part we will talk a little bit more about this month's Word of Life.
В другій часті будемо вишивати позиції по того мішачним слову живота.
So since no one here knows anything about you and who you are, let us know. Who is Edwin Koch?
Yeah, does it work or does it not work?
I'm not sure, you can try.
Try.
Понеже,
Wait, just a little bit for translation.
понеже ніхто од нас не позна Едвина, рушиме с уводом, то е с так, словами од нив, že би што нам представил.
Hello everybody, my name is Edwin. I'm 33 years old and I'm from the Netherlands.
Здраво всички, волам се Едвин, имам 32 роки и приходим из Холандии.
So I will talk a little bit about myself. You can see the pictures here, but I first will do the introduction. So I was raised in a Catholic family in the Netherlands.
Одросъл съм в католической фамилии в Холандии.
And when I was young, I went to church, and then I went to the high school, and then when I was 16, I stopped going to church.
Keď som bol malý, chodil som do cerkvy. Jak som rušil do strednej školy, ako vzrostnul, prestal som chodiť do cerkvy.
Yeah, because I was losing interest in church, and when you are a teenager, you start doing other things that you think are more interesting.
Strácal som interes za cerkvu i keď som bol teenager, všetko druhé interesantnejšie od cerkvy.
Yeah. So when I stopped going to church, I went to the bar and I went with friends, and I did alcohol and drugs and all kinds of bad things.
Vychodil som po karčmach s fajtašami, pil som alkoholu, až i nejaké drogy, všetko, co nie trebalo.
And then when I was in the Netherlands, I was feeling very unhappy, and I was searching, and I felt like something inside of me is missing.
Чувствувал som že bardzo nešťastlivo i vedel som, že co mi chybí, bo som mal čувstvo, že cožka u mne chybí.
So, and I'm very practical, so I knew something was missing. So then I started to search, what is this that I'm missing inside of me?
Rušil som praktično gledať, že co to konkrétno chybí u mne.
Then I went abroad, so I first went to the United States, then I went to Germany, then I went back, then I did study, but I stopped with my study because things were not going the way that I wanted to, and everything kind of collapsed and did not work out.
Putoval som i do Ameriky, po nemeckej i rád som šiel do Holandii, som vyučoval, ale som prestal studírať, keď si nespravil. Bo som čustoval, že mi ešte všetko chybí.
And then I started searching online for a place that I could live, any place as long as it was not in the Netherlands, because I was not happy in the Netherlands.
Hľadal som po internetu hoď ktoré miesto, kde by mohol pojsť žiť, ktoré nebolo Holandia, ponieważ som v Holandii nebol šťastlivý.
And then I found a company, and the company was in Bulgaria, and I did not know this country. I had to look it up on Google Maps, but I decided to go there because it was European Union, and I could just take a flight and go to work there and not be in the Netherlands anymore.
Našol som firmu z Bulharskej, kde som sa poštel i to mi bolo dobre, ponieważ Bulharska u Európskej unii, da som mohol putovať i tam som proboval nájsť, či budem šťastlivší.
Yeah, so I went there, and then I started working in a call center. I learned a little bit of the language, I made some friends, and I found a job in an insurance company, and then I thought I was happy.
Robil som prečo u call centru, našol som fajtašov tam, vecka ešte započtel u osiguranju i bol som šťastlivší ako u Holandii.
But after a while, I was not happy anymore. I thought I liked insurance, but my colleagues, they were doing a lot of drugs and bad things and partying, and also I started doing those things which I was not doing before, but now I was doing it again.
Medzi tým s časom i tam som prestal byť šťastlivý, pretože som patril na svojich kolegov, ktorí tiež pili alkohol i drogirali se i robili kojak nedobre stvari i ja počal znova robiť toto stvari.
Exactly. So then I realized I have to change something, and I started looking into some new age things on the internet.
Zrozumel som, že musím troška premeniť i počal som gledať po internetu nejaké nové ideje.
Yeah.
Nie.
Kolim treba dodať, že znáte co New Age? Znáte to? New Age to je jak nová filozofia, jako nejaká zamena za praktično za religiju, ktorá nadreľuje ideje, že vše len pozitívny bud, vše len dobré, všetko len dobré patrí pozitívno a na koncu še zvodí na to tí meditácii najčastejšie idei, ktoré prichádza z Indii, meditácie v tým lotusu i tak ďalej, i tak ďalej. No to on do toho vošlo. Na prvý pohľad nevypadá opasné, ale môže byť dosť nezgodná strana.
Yeah. Don't know what you said, but thank you.
I just explained what the New Age is.
Okay, yeah. So and then I found out about meditation, and I started to find this company, and I started doing a lot of meditation, and not just, first I did 1.5 hour a day, and then I did 1 hour a day, and then I did sometimes 2 hours in the weekend or 4 hours in the weekend. And I really did this a lot because I thought this will bring me happiness.
Počal som z meditáciu, u počátku menej, po jeden deň po hodinu, vecka i každý deň, a to prešlo do toho, že som robil po 10 hodiny meditácii, takedy víkendami až po 4 hodiny dňovo meditácii.
Did it bring you happiness or not?
No.
Či mu prinieslo šťastia? Nie.
Can you explain this situation? How come it didn't bring you
Sure.
happiness?
So I thought it would bring me happiness because they say you can find happiness inside. So when you focus on your breath and you take away all the noise, then they say this is how you find happiness. And they show the Buddhist way of tradition, and they look very happy. So then when you find these things online and you don't know about all the things, you think, oh, this is it. And this is what I have to do.
Bolo mi varené, že môžeš šťastie nájsť u sebe po buddhističných verenjoch, že keď patríš vnúka do sebe, že fokusiraš na svoje dýchanie i celý svet kolo sebe vyključiš, že vecka nájdeš šťastie u sebe.
Exactly. So I started joining retreats. I did a Vipassana retreat, which is 10 days of not talking to each other, 10 hours a day of meditation, and only eating in the evening. And these kind of things I was doing to find my way.
Išlo až do tej miery, že i po 10 hodiny na deň meditiral bez komunikácií so druhýma ľuďmi.
Za to, že počal chodiť na to tí retreaty.
Za to, že počal chodiť na to tých, jak to hovorí,
Stretnúť
sa, na ich stretnúť.
Yeah. So then eventually I got accepted to go to Thailand, which was totally for free. Only had to pay the ticket, and then I went to Thailand, and I really went into this Buddhist tradition of meditation and finding inner peace in yourself. And I thought this was it, but at the same time I also felt something is still missing.
После toho som pošiel do Tajlandu, kde predložil buddhističné meditácie i proboval ďalej nájsť šťastie u sebe, ale som čustoval, že ho nenachodil.
I tu stojí toto pointa, že to tí putovania vedú nás zadarmo všetko. Oni dávajú všetko zadarmo, že keď sa pošli tam v Tajlande jednu državu, ktorá baš poznatá po centre celej tej New Age, celého toho New Age konceptu. No. Všetko bolo zadarmo i na ten spôsob boli na celé do toho.
Then I went back to Bulgaria. I was still living there. I went to a meditation retreat in Kruška Gora. I met Pavlina there.
После Tajlandu som sa vracal do Bulharskej, pretože som tam ešte všežil. i pošao sam na meditaciji na Frušku goru gdje sam ju upoznao Palinu.
Baš na taký rytmus stretnúť.
Yeah. Then I went back, and then after maybe 100,000 hours of meditation, I realized I was still not happy.
Poslije toho vratio sam še nazad u Bulgarski i predložio tam žic, ali i posle 100 hodiny meditaciji sam išao še nije bio šišljiv.
So I want to save you this amount of time, that you don't spend 100,000 hours of meditation when you can skip that one.
Sam vam začuvat čas, že nije treba da preprovodite 100 hodiny u meditaciji, poneže nije najdete tak često.
U tej fajty meditácii.
Yeah. After that, so I stopped the meditation, and I also realized in Bulgaria I was also not finding. I thought when I go out of the Netherlands, things will go better. But I was doing the same things there as in the Netherlands, so I quit my job, and then I started backpacking around the world.
I u Bolgarskoj sam čuствовал, že sam nešťastlivý, robil som isté stvari jak i u Holandiji. Dal sam otkaz na roboti i počeo sam putovati pešo po Švedskoj.
Okay. I went to a lot of countries. I went to Iran and Dubai, Palestina, Vietnam, India, a lot of countries in Asia.
Išao sam do velikog država, do Iranu, Dubaju, Palestini i do azijskih žena.
Yeah. I can maybe
This one.
show the pictures. Yeah. This is the picture of the countries that I've been to.
To slika država po kojih sam išao.
So you can see Thailand in the corner, and the other parts that is Vietnam. So I did a lot of volunteering there, and I traveled from north to south.
U Vijetnamu sam volontirao, a vidite až po Tajland kad sam putovao.
Yeah. You can see India, where I also worked at a school.
Vidite Indiju gdje sam u školi robil.
In the north, it is the Himalayas, where I did mountain climbing.
Po Himalaju sam šependao po gorah.
Then there is Iran. In Iran, I did this traveling. At the time, it was okay to be there. Now it's not so safe anymore. But in a lot of places, the government is not so good, but the people are very nice. So here also like this.
I po Iranu sam putovao dok iši tebi bilo bezpečnejše putovati tamac, ali po vedom mjestoh država še procivi pravi problemi za putovanje, ali ljudje uglavnom šadzi dobri.
That little hut there is Palestine and Israel.
Toto jedno šercočko gdje piše Turska, to Palestina.
Yeah. I was there before I was a Christian, so I did not know Jesus yet, but I was working there in Bethlehem in a guest house.
To bilo skoro jak co sam byl hristijan, da sam ještě nije poznal Isusa tedi.
Yeah, and I met a lot of people there, and it was a good time. Then I went back to the Netherlands.
Tam sam upoznal veliko ljudov i krašno sam še preprovadzal. I posle toho sam še vracao do Holandije.
Yeah. And then I was in the Netherlands, and it was 10 years later, and I still felt the same as when I left the Netherlands.
Bol sam u Holandiji i prešlo 10 roki od kedy sam pošao. Vracao sam še nazad i še sam še isto čuствовал.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to do. I started to work in a factory, and then one day my father asked me one morning if I wanted to go to church with them.
Ne znam sam co robic, počeo sam robic u fabriki i jednog rana mi še otac pital, že či sem z njima pojść do cerkve.
Was this the point that changed your course?
Yeah,
To bila točka, ktorá premenila jeho právo.
exactly. So then I went to church with my parents, and there it was the Holy Spirit that touched me, and I realized that I was looking for Jesus, but I didn't know it.
Vtedy, keď som pošol do cerkvy, som počustoval, že me Svätý Duch dorušal i zrozumel, že toto to, co som doteraz vedel.
And the funny thing is, I went all over the world. I saw all places, I saw many countries, did many things, but I found Jesus in my own hometown.
Interesantno je, že som putoval po celom Švédske, že bym našol toto šťastie a na koncu som ho našol práve u svojom rodnom mieste, u cerkvi.
Yeah. So if you want to know Jesus better, then you don't have to find the will, but you can go there.
Znači, keď chcete nájsť Isusa, nemusíte putovať po celom Švédske, treba len pôjdete do cerkve.
And after that, the story doesn't end, because then my life changed a lot. I was baptized as a child, but I also did it as a grown-up, because I wanted to show the world that I made the choice for Jesus.
Був покрестення ще як дитятко, а невеличка як...
Pokresil si ešte raz, keď počal znova chodiť do cerkve.
Can I just jump in for a little bit? If I remember good, you were raised as a Catholic, and now you were...
Well, I don't really
Can you tell us something about it?
Sure.
You were raised as a Catholic?
Yeah. I was raised as a Catholic, and I did the communion, and this is the time that I went to church with my parents, and then from my 16th year to my 26 years, I did not go to church, and my
Rodený som jak katolík i keď som bol malý, som to s rodičami chodil do cerkvy jak katolík a vecka od 16. po 26. rok som nechodil do cerkvy.
And in our place, the Catholic Church is not so many young people, so that's why I went to another church where they have a rock band, and there's a lot of young people doing guitar and playing, and it's just a little bit more active.
U mojom porodze u katolíckej cerkvi nie veľa mladých, tá som počal chodiť do druhej cerkvi, kde majú rock band i kde veci hrajú i na gitaroch i na druhých instrumentoch i kde veľa vecí mladých še družia.
To sú evangelická cerkva, jak się baje. Ewangelická cerkva.
Yeah. So maybe it's good for every church to try to give a little space to the young people, because the young people are the one that will have the next generation, and it's good to do things that interest the young people.
Dúfam, že u každej cerkvi treba jesť miesta za mladých ľudí, ponieważ oni to tí, ktorí predlúžia cerkvu i víru, a u každej cerkvi treba, żeby bolo miesto, kde sa mladí môžu preniesť.
Speaking about it, what do you think about this event? Is it the kind of event that you are talking about?
Yeah.
The one that will bring young people?
Yeah.
to the-
Yeah, I saw you were playing the guitar and singing, so that's a very good thing.
Sorry, wait just a little bit. Może prowadzić?
Тому що чи думаєш, що таке сучування, трошки co by trebalo, żeby u cerkvi postojalo, żeby pozbieralo mladých ľudí a tvári, že hej, i že mu třeba stačilo, jak hrali i zpívali, že fajné sучування.
Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, the question was if this event is the
I
one
think you
you
should
were
really
talking
do
about.
things like this, and sometimes invite a foreign person, but also Serbian persons, and get together and do things like this where Jesus is at the center, because outside you're not going to find any happiness. It's really Jesus when He is in your heart. He's the truth and He's the only way. And it's good if you meet with Him together. Don't stay alone at your place and only watch at the movie or at YouTube, but really go to church and go to places like this to meet each other, to have communion with each other, and to together worship Jesus.
Dom, že treba organizovať také sучування, де і младі включені, і де Ісус у штретку, понеже wszystko треба, щоб було фокусировано коло нього і коло віри, co nie znajdziemy, kiedy będziemy sami doma, ale znajdziemy na takich miejscach, gdzie się będziemy drużyć u spłoku wiry, u spłoku cerkwi.
And now I have a further question for you. What do you do for this goal, to be part of your community? What do you, yeah.
Co ti robiš s tim ciljem, že biš bil čast zajednici?
So before I was a Christian, I did a lot of things. I did a lot of sports, a lot of other activities. Now, basically, I only work and I do things for church because it takes up all of my time. But it's much more fulfilling. My life is much more fulfilling than it was before.
Skoraj som bol hristijan, som robil veľa aktivností so sportami, še bavil a teraz prvenstveno najviac chodím na robotu i poštujem še cerkvi i čustujem, že som tak veľa vyplnený, jak to som bol skorej, keď som robil veľa vecí stvari.
So I'm part in our church of the teenager group from the ages 12 to 16, which is very challenging, but also very good to do.
Robim z mladšiu grupu svojej cerkvi od 12 do 16 roky, co znadu Češko, ale nachodím često.
And also we have a youth group in our church, and we visit a lot of other churches and other places to meet with people outside of our church, because we also believe it's good to, you should have your focus on your own church, but to meet with other churches, with other people with maybe different type of views is also very good to do.
Máme online'skú grupu, ktorá tiež družíme i v sklopu svojej cerkvi, ale i chodíme do druhých cerkov, družíme sa s druhýma podobnými grupami, ponieważ treba, že by sme prvenstveno fokusirali na svoju cerku, ale dobre rozmieňovať diskusie sa s druhýma ľuďmi z druhých cerkov, z druhých miest.
Yeah. So before we went with my friends and we went to clubs and bars and things like this, and now I go with my friends and we go to churches and worship nights, and it's much better.
Skorej som chodil s fajtašami po karčmach i po kluboch, a teraz chodím s fajtašami po cerkoch i šťastlivší som, jak som bol vtedy skorej.
You also have your Bible reading sessions, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about it?
Sure. We do. I don't know if anybody finds it as interesting, but we do Veritas. It's like education, like very deep Bible study to really get to know the Bible, because the Bible is very important to read. It's good to go to church, but also at your own time to read in the Bible so you know what it says and you also know what you believe.
Máme i hlboké vyučovanie Biblii, ponieważ bardzo bitne, żebyśmy zrozumieli, co w Biblii pisze i co Biblia autori, ponieważ z niej pochodzi wiara.
Okay, you have answered already for many of the questions I have prepared.
I can maybe tell a bit about the slides. I don't know if it's interesting, but I work with bicycles now.
Yes, let me just translate. On się on ma teraz swoją firmu, gdzie ma veci jak 100 bicykli, čo vraca do Holandii, kúpil veci jak 100 bicykli i opravia ich i veci keď teraz jak się volá? Vymenuje. S ktorým on teraz toto povedal. Okay, yes, go.
Can you pause the slides?
Yes, możesz to zrobić? Okay. This one or the previous?
Sure, that's fine. This one is at the island. After I found Jesus, I still did not know what to do, because then the world is still the world. So, but he gave me a job at a bicycle company, and then I felt like I could start my own company. So then I went to an island in the Netherlands, and I worked there for some years, and I learned everything about bikes. And now I started my own company.
Pošto som na ostrovu, kde som robil za firmu zamieňovania bicykloch i naučil som všetko o bicykloch i keď som porušil svoju firmu, kde na ostrove teraz vynajmujem ja bicykly.
Yeah. And it has its own challenges, but I think we will talk about that.
Yes, fine.
Má i to svoje počas.
Ale chcemy wyśledować dalej. Okay. Shall we make a break, music break, and then go on with the
I thought the other slides were if it's okay then.
Yes. Okay. Would you like to tell anything about other slides or not?
So briefly, then we know what the slides are about. Then we have to play.
Okay. Then we're going to listen to this.
proroka Izaije, 43. poglavlje, 19. redak i glasi: Evo, činim nešto novo, već nastaje, zar ne opažate? Progonstvo u Babilonu i rušenje Jeruzalemskog hrama stvorili su kolektivnu traumu u izraelskom narodu i nametnuli teološko pitanje: je li Bog još s nama ili nas je napustio? Svrha ovog dijela knjige proroka Izaije je pomoći narodu shvatiti što Bog čini, uzdati se u njega i tako se vratiti u svoju domovinu. Upravo se u iskustvu progonstva očituje lice Boga stvoritelja i spasitelja. Evo, činim nešto novo, već nastaje, zar ne opažate? Izaija podsjeća na vjernu ljubav Božju prema svojem narodu. Njegova vjernost ostaje postojana i u dramatičnom razdoblju progonstva. Iako se obećanja dana Abrahamu čine nedostižnima, a savez u krizi, izraelski narod ostaje kao povlašteno mjesto Božje prisutnosti u povijesti. Proročka se knjiga bavi temeljnim egzistencijalnim pitanjima ne samo za ono vrijeme. Tko u svojim rukama drži tijek i smisao povijesti? To se pitanje može postaviti i na osobnoj razini. Tko u svojim rukama drži sudbinu mojeg života? Koje je značenje onoga što proživljavam ili sam proživio? Evo, činim nešto novo, već nastaje, zar ne opažate? Bog neprestano djeluje u životu svakog čovjeka čineći nešto novo. Možda to uvijek ne primjećujemo ili mu ne shvaćamo značenje i vrijednost. To je zato što su to još mali izdanci ili pak mi nismo spremni prepoznati njegovo djelovanje. Zaokupljeni svime što nam se događa, mnoštvo briga koje opterećuju našu dušu, mislima koje nas muče, možda ne zastajemo dovoljno kako bismo promatrali te izdanke koji su dokaz njegove prisutnosti. On nas nikada nije napustio i neprestano stvara i obnavlja naš život. Mi smo to nešto novo, novo stvorenje rođeno od Boga, kaže Kjera Lubik. Ne gledajmo više u prošlost i ne žalimo za svim lijepim što nam se dogodilo. Ne oplakujmo ni svoje pogreške. Čvrsto vjerujmo da svojim djelovanjem Bog može i dalje činiti nešto novo. Evo, činim nešto novo, već nastaje. Zar ne opažate? Zajedno s onima koji s nama dijele hod našeg postojanja, s našom zajednicom, s prijateljima, s kolegama na radnome mjestu, pokušajmo djelovati, uzajemno se poticati i ne gubiti vjeru da je moguća promjena na bolje. Godina 2025. je posebna godina jer se datum pravoslavnog Uskrsa poklapa s datumom Uskrsa drugih kršćanskih vjeroispovijesti. Neka događaj zajedničkog slavljenja Uskrsa bude svjedočanstvo volje crkava da bez zaustavljanja nastavljaju dijalog i zajednički se suočavaju s izazovima čovječanstva, promičući zajedničko djelovanje. Pripremimo se proživjeti ovo uskrsno vrijeme u punini radosti, vjere i nade. Kao što je Krist uskrsnuo, tako i mi, nakon što smo prošli našim pustinjama, dopustimo da nas na tom putu prati onaj koji upravlja poviješću i našim životima. Evo, činim nešto novo, već nastaje. Zar ne opažate?
See, I am doing a new thing, now it springs up, do not perceive it. And
Робим трошки нове, już настава, nie obaczujecie.
the first paragraph, there is really a nice sentence. It says, is God still with us, or he has abandoned us? These really people ask themselves this question.
W pierwszym paragrafu jest pytanie, że czy Bóg jeszcze z nami, czy nas napuścił, co się izraelski naród pytał, kiedy było wina zbawiona.
Have you ever asked yourself a question, is God still with me? Father, are you still here, or you abandoned me?
Поставив ще таке для себе питання, що чи Бог ще ту зо мною, чи не напущив.
I wouldn't say I ever think that he abandoned me, but definitely that I ask where is he when he does not restore me.
Думам, що мене напущив, але мені зараз не обітує, коли ще питам, чи ще зо мною.
So actually coming here was a lot of struggle. It was not easy to come here, and I had a very, let's say, bad week coming up to this.
Baš zato mi je teško bilo pristupu i to mi bilo izazov. Okreme sam malo podli dizajn skoro, co sam prišao tu.
So he has asked me before if I could come, and then I could come one day in April, but now it's very busy at my work because I work in tourism with bikes, and now weather is getting good. So actually today I had a lot of customers, but I was not there.
I kad mi šefa pitala, že či môžem prísť, tá som hovoril, že môžem dezajn v aprílu, ale i teraz mám veľa roboty po pitanju turističnej sezóny i mal som veľa mušterij Nješka, ktorí som musel prechádzať, že by som prišiel tu.
And besides that, the winter has just passed, and in the winter I do not make any money. So financially it was also difficult for me to come here.
Tiež mi bolo ťažko po pitanju peniežu, ponieważ w Rzymie nie zarabiam z turizma. Tam i pre penieži bolo cięższe prísť vybojit z penieži, že by som prišiel.
But I thought if I don't go this weekend, I cannot go for the whole year because this would be my last chance.
Ale som sebe hovoril, že keď neprídem tot víkend, tá som nehodzím prísť celý rok, ponieważ mi to ostatná náhoda bola.
And then everything this week at my work, not everything, but a lot of things went wrong. I have to sell bikes also, and the customers were sometimes not so happy because some things did not go the way they planned.
Mal som dosť problémy na roboti, musel som i predať zase bicykly, dosť mušteriji boli nezadovoljní, bo nejaké stvari nie pošli tak, jak to trebalo, jak bolo plánované.
And even yesterday evening, something went wrong with the bike, and I got to bed very late, and I had to get out of bed very early, and I still did not know if it was the right decision to come here.
Až i včera večer, troška nebolo včera z bicyklu, tá som musel pozno ostať na roboti, pozno som lehnul i nebol som sigurný, že či práve odlučenie prísť tu dneška.
And I was a little bit in doubt if God actually wanted me to come here, and I asked him why all of these things happen, why is my week going like this, and why can't it just be easier?
Nie znal som, že či Boh naiste chce, že by ja tu dneška prišiel i pýtal som sa, že čom tieto stvari nie pošli tak, jak treba, čom tieto problémy nastali i či ja vôbec treba neprísť.
But I already bought a ticket, so I had to go.
Tu som kúpil kartu, tak som musel prísť.
Yeah. Yeah. But here I am, and now I believe that God did want me to come here, and sometimes you do not know it beforehand, and then only later you see what God is doing.
Ale teraz, keď som tu, dúfam, že bolo práve odlučenie prísť tu i dúfam, že Boh chcel, že by ja prišiel i teraz nevidíš napredok, že či dať sú práve odlučenie, či nie, až posle pochopíš, že to trebalo až tak zlučiť.
have the whole picture, only God knows everything. But it's up to us to trust in Him and to have faith in Him. And when we don't know it, then we pray to Him and we trust that He is doing the right thing for us.
Nie widzimy ще цілу слику, понеже Бог видить цілу слику, але musimy wierzyć do Niego, że On zadumał i naplanował to, co najlepsze dla nas i trzeba wierzyć do Niego, że wszystko nie padnie tak jak trzeba.
Thanks for these words. It's really inspiring and nice. Let's move on to another paragraph when the first sentence says, Isaiah reminds us of God's faithful love for His people that remains constant and unchanged during the dramatic period of exile. And thinking about it, I mean, even in the darkest period of our lives, He's still here with us. How do you feel His presence? We'll just translate it.
Першим реченням про параграфу говорить, що Ізая здогадує на Богову любов спрям своєму народу і що його любов остала непримінена аж і у тих драматичних хвильках вігнанства.
Ja się zapytał, że aż to wygnanstwo to było jego najczarniejsza czas, najgorszy czas w historii izraelskiego narodu, także i oni wierzyli, że Bóg zawsze z nim ażył w tych najgorszych czasach i pytał się mu, że jak on czuje jego przysutność w takich ciężkich chwilach. So I will just repeat the question one more time. How do you feel His presence in these, let's say, darkest periods?
Okay, so now I feel God's presence the most when I'm in church, obviously, Sunday morning, because I think that is where God is the most, when there is people and the Holy Spirit is there. So, but outside of church, it's different.
Najbardziej czuję присутність Бога у церкві, kiedy chodzę na służbę w niedzielę rano, powiem, że tam wiera i tam Jego ludzie i tu czuję Jego najbardziej.
So of course on Sunday it's easiest to believe and to feel Him near you, but sometimes during the week when we have exams or things happening, sometimes we do not feel Him so close to us.
Нормально, день днёк легче чувствовать Его присутствие, а таке дні, коли mamy такі потяжкості в животі, та не так легко почувствовать Его любов.
But like I was saying, sometimes you only realize it afterwards. So when you are in a difficult situation, you don't notice that He's there, or maybe you don't feel Him, but you notice afterwards that He was there.
Ale jak som už hovoril, že teraz čувствuješ i vidíš Jeho plán až posle i až posle počувствuješ, že On celý čas na s tebou zostal.
So it also means we have to be patient. The patience is something we have to train, to work on.
And
To
prayer,
znaczy, że jest cierpliwość, co musimy nauczyć i co musimy wywierać.
prayer is very important. Reading the Word, so reading the Bible, because every morning you can do that, and you can read in His Word, and you will get also new motivation to go about your day.
I czytanie Biblii bardzo bitne, ponieważ przez Jego słowa poczujemy Jego присутność i to nam może każdy dzień dać motywację za ten dzień.
And even when you turn your face away from Him, like I was doing all those years with the Buddhist monk and other things, I turned my face away from Him, but later I realized He was there all the time.
A że kiedy się obracimy od Niego, jak co ja to robił, kiedy som bol z buddhistycznymi monakami, potem som rozumiał, że i oni wtedy bol za mną.
So even when you do not know that He is there, He just waits patiently, He lets you do your thing, and He knows eventually you will come back to Him, and He will get you to the place that you have to be.
Znači, kiedy sme obraceni od Niego, On nas čeka, že my sme
še vraceli i že by sme na koncu jeho znova našli.
So have faith and exactly patience that helps them.
Znači musíme mať víry i trpezlivosť.
It's, you said that God is creating this path for you to go to the eventually, and it means God is working constantly, right? But here it says we do not pause long enough to observe these tiny shoots of life that are certain sign of His presence. Môžeme to všetko preložiť s Ferencom, že práve toto, že jak on hovoril, že Boh celý čas praví tú dráhu, že by sme prišli po ten koniec, kde on nás chce, ku ňomu, hej. I stojí, že Boh robí konstantno, ale my veľa nemáme času, že zastanoviť, obačiť to tí, jak to hovorí, povedzme, klíci, nemôžem nájsť slovo po rusky teraz, klíci života, hej, ktorý on kladze ko nás, noví stvari, ktoré nastávajú. Nemáme veľa času, že zastanoviť i pošveciť jomu, pretože sme preobtrhovaní s každodennými informáciami. So we're overweighted with a lot of information, everyday problems, etc. We don't have enough time to pause and listen to him, what he wants from us. Is it something that has to be like that, or is it our choice to be overweighted with these problems?
Či to môže byť tak, že my v každodňovom živote máme tie problémy o sebe, že teraz nemôžeme sa fokusírať na Boha, či to náš výbor, že by sme sa fokusírali na druhé stvari a nie na vieru.
I find that a very difficult question to answer because I'm the type of person that thinks a lot and that is on the phone also a lot.
To ťažké pytanie za mňa, za to, že ja osoba, ktorá bardzo previaľ rozdumuje o stvaroch i previaľ som na telefónu.
I think it's a little bit of both. So in these days, it's harder to find your focus as it was 100 years ago, because we have all the social media and we have all of the things that we have to do on a daily basis and the chats and TV and everything, so it's harder.
Tom, že je tak z jednoho i druhého, že v dnešnom svete veľa ťažšie nájsť fokus, jak napríklad pred 100 rokami, poneže máme veľa vecí informácií, máme družstvené mreže, telefóny, ktorí nám veľa vecí informácií v živote dávajú.
But at the same time, it's also because of ourselves, because we can take time every day, silent time with God. We can start the day, for instance, with the Bible instead of with the phone or doing all your daily things. So it's also a bit up to yourself.
A z druhého boku takúzi od nás závisí, poneže my môžeme vybrať každý deň takú času pošveciť modleniu i započať deň s Bibliou a nie s telefónom i so svojím výborom pošveciť viery.
I think the best thing to do to have less thoughts and less worries is every time find Him again and go again in prayer, go again have a walk or and go to church every Sunday to find Him again. And that is something that we have to do our whole lives every day, day in, day out.
Dúfam, že musíme svidomo napraviť výbor, že by sme jeho každý deň znova i znova prenachodzeli, že by sme svidomo pošveceli tomu, že by sme chodzeli do cerkvy i modlili sa.
You also said you are working with young people from age from 12 to 16, right? Yeah. And is it easy to explain to them everything that you just told us to separate from telephones, from cell phones, from social media, and focus on the right things?
Ponieważ robię z mladšíma od 12-16 roky, kažem, že či im ľahko objasniť toto, že na co treba fokusírať, že treba času pošveciť za vieru, става инженjer koji im to objašnjati, pokazati.
So what we do when we have an evening together, then when they come in, we have a basket and they have to put the phone in before they go inside.
Každý raz, keď sa pozberáme, máme košárku s všetkými šálkami s telefónom, s korekciou vozíme tam.
And at our schools in the Netherlands, they do the same. So they call it the phone hotel, and they have to give the phone to that place before they enter the classroom.
U Holandiji u školách majú podobnú stvar, volajú hotel za telefóny, kde všetkým šálkami svoj telefón s korekciou pôjdu na hodinu.
But afterwards, after we are done with our take with the youth and also after the classroom, they can use the phone again. And I think it's a little bit important to do both. You can tell them that it's important to do other things, but they also have to make their own decisions.
После ako zakončíme, vecka berú nás za telefóny i dám, že tu bitná je to tá rovnováha, že ich treba naučiť, že by ešte nie fokusovali prevedať na telefón, ale im dať i výbor ešte vodu, že by ukázali.
Working with young, when we were talking about working with young people that you were doing, I know it's challenging. I work with young people as well, and does it take or give you more? Does it take more energy from you or gives you more energy? How do you feel after your session?
Питання, že Borne, že robí so mladýma, aj Michal robí so mladšíma, že či mu toto robota veci energii bere, či mu dáva.
So I don't think I spend as much time with young people as you do, but it definitely gives me energy because the young people are the future, and you also see the good things in people. Sometimes you have a negative image of they're only on the phone and this and that, and at the same time we are doing exactly the same.
Dúfam, že preprodujem menej času s mladýma, jak Michal, ale mi definitívno dáva energii, ponieważ mladí budúcnosť i oni mne svoju energiu dávajú.
Yeah, but if you respect them, then they also know that, and they see that, and you can build a relationship with them, and you can also tell them and show them about Jesus, so it's only, you can give an example.
Keď im pristúpime so spočítovaním i keď ich vidíme na isce, a oni to prepoznajú i budú oni pozitívne reagovať na toto i budú budovať pozitívne odnošenie so vírou.
Maybe this kind of event can be something that you can take to your hometown and practice. Why not?
Sure. Yeah. Nobody.
Bude taký styl slučovania práce, co by on mohol odniesť so sobou do svojho mesta i tam primieňovať svoju grupu.
And if you want, we can go to the last paragraph. Maybe we should once more read the main sentence.
Prejdeme na ostatný paragraf, ale môžeme ešte raz prečítať hlavné vyriečenie.
See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?
Vidíš, robím coś nové, už nastáva, či neobačujete.
I really love this sentence, so I have to repeat it a few more times before the end.
Ľubím toto vyriečenie, to musím povtoriť ešte raz raz.
And this paragraph is actually about Easter, this year, Easter. And it says the year 2025, the date of Orthodox Easter coincides with that of other Christian denominations. To hovorí, že toho roku, čo stvari Veľká noc poklapa, dátum Veľkej noci še poklapa u veci tých. Znači i pri pravoslavných, i pri katolíkov. And although, so what can you tell us about Easter in your church? How do you glorify it?
Co nám môžeš povedať o Veľkej noci u svojej cerkvi i slavice?
What do you think about the fact that the dates are at the same time?
Co думаš o tým, že datumy pokladajú?
So Easter is for us very important. Actually, it's the most important day of the year because that is when we celebrate that Jesus died for us and that he came up from the grave, and because we believe in him, our sins are forgiven and we have eternal life.
За нас Великanoc najbitnejší deň v roku, poneže to deň, keď Isus umar i keď sa vracal z mŕtvych, že by nám všetkým dal večný život.
That's not because of us, but because of what he did for us, and that is why we remember that by celebrating the Holy Supper.
To nie teda pre nás, preto to, čo on porobil za nás.
And we take the bread in order to remember that he died for us on the cross with his flesh, and we drink the wine to remember that his blood was shed for us on the cross.
Jeme chlieb i pijeme víno, že by sme sa dohadli na jeho žертvu, ktorú on napravil za nás.
I think this is the most important thing that you can do, that you always realize what he did for you.
Dúfam, že to najbitnejšie príjmať na rozumie, že co on porobil za nás.
And also what you said about that the Easter coincides with other Easters. That is, I think it's a very good thing that different church denominations, that they come together, because in the end we all believe in one God, God, Jesus and the Holy Spirit.
Дальше надвяжем на to, čo ale skôr je, že sa to za Veľkanoc poklapiajú. Dúfam, že to je zbytné, že by postojala skladnosť medzi rozličnými cerkvami, poneže my všetci kresťania i všetci slavíme istého Isusa.
And I don't know how it is here, but in the Netherlands there was always a lot of struggle between Catholics and Protestants. And for instance, the Catholic could not go with the Protestant first.
Не знам як tu, ale u Holandii ще було neskladnosti medzi katolikami i protestantami, že nie mohli byť jedno.
And I don't think this is a good thing. My father was a Catholic and my mom was a Protestant, and they did marry together. So, and if they didn't do that, I was not here. So I'm very happy that they did.
Dúfam, že toto podelenie nie je dobré, ponieważ môj otec był katolík a mať protestant i da oni nie mogli się pobrać, nie byłoby mnie teraz.
So I think it's very good that we find each other and celebrate Easter together.
To dúfam, že bardzo bitne, že by sme zišli się nasze jedni drugich i že by sme Veľkanoc v jednej slave.
And speaking about religion in Netherlands, how it feels to be a young Christian in Netherlands, which is known to be one of the most atheistic countries in Europe.
Co się dotyka cerkwi, jakie čувство bądź mladých chrześcijan u Holandii, która jedna od najateistyczniejszych žen u Švédsku.
Well, it may be atheistic, but we can still go to church in freedom, so there's no oppression or anything. I do realize and I do notice that when I try to talk about Jesus to people that do not believe, then there is, it's a little bit hard.
Правда, że to jest ateistyczna держава, ale ще wszystkie животные можуть приходити до церкви і не пустої
Nie zabraniamy.
Kompletno došlebodzene i cerkva i vira i všetko, ale definitivno keď próbujem s ľuďmi, ktorí neveria besedovať o víri o Isusu, nie svaríme sa každý raz.
Ciężko dochodzi, tak?
Yeah, but I don't think it's up to us. Jesus works through us and he makes that we can be the light in the world and he puts people on our path. So in whatever place you live or wherever you are, you can always show Jesus and I think this is the most important thing.
Dúfam, že nie však závisí od nás, ponieważ Isus robí pre nás i On nám umožňuje, že by sme u svete ukázali jeho svetlosť i že by On pre nás pristúpil i došiel do druhých ľudí.
можемо стално чувствувати його присутство і що він стално з нами і през історію і през наш особний живот і кожен день.
Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Not specifically. I think maybe some of the pictures, I don't know, you see me partying and things like this, but maybe see a fish. But this was in Serbia when I was camping.
Тобто було в Сербії, як був на
It was
Кавказі,
also in Belgrade
тобто в Белграді, на Дунаєвій Ставі,
when I was still doing this. This was in Vietnam when I was traveling,
В'єтнам уже готова,
and this was a meditation event.
то медитація.
This was in India, at another one temple is another religion.
То в Індії, у храму.
What kind of temple is it?
It's a Sikh temple, so it's a religion that is only in India.
Okay. То храм єдної релігії в цілому Індії.
Yeah, it's like one of the holy places.
То єдно храм цієї релігії найменший в цілому Індії, та й там був Непал. Okay.
This was also in India. This was, I believe it was an orphanage. So these people don't have, these children don't have parents anymore. The boy is very sleepy, I see.
То у Індії, це він
Volunteer job, yeah.
то волонтерував у Індію одним, це більше по-сербськи говорило сироти, що то ти дяці не маю родичів, він це з ними робив.
So I did a lot of adventures. So this was on the windy tower. In the Netherlands, it's always very windy, so then you look like this.
Тобто слика з jednej od veľkých avantúrov, na ktorých bol, ktorých podľal, na toto na jednej kúli u Holandii, kde barzduje vítr, vždycky ešte zadomajte na veľkú kúli, barzduje vítr, vždycky vypatráce tak. Toto je jeho bicykl, ktorý vyhľaduje.
These are my brothers. I'm the one on the left, and that's my two younger brothers.
To je jeho dvoje mladší bratca, má dvoch mladších bratov i rodičov.
Family is very important.
Familia je vážna v jeho živote.
This is me on the bike, so I do a lot of biking. I've been to Serbia before. I biked through Serbia from south to north. And that's how I got to know this country. And I was very amazed with the hospitality.
Bardzo lubi przewozić na bicykli, to słychać w takich awanturach, a Serbiu na bicykli przeszł od juha na север i bardzo było interesantne to gostoprimstwo.
Yeah, that's me. Horse riding.
Lubi koni się to bardzo Holandii popularne, bardzo
There's a lot of different places that I was, different people.
То є місто, яке було.
My parents,
Rodiči.
it's me when I was happy.
To on, keď był szczęśliwy.
This is when I should explain this, I think.
Yes, I guess you were happy at this moment. Że był lista radosny w tej chwili. Okay.
So I felt at this moment that dieting would help me. So because I was looking at everything to make me feel better. This is when I did a lot of gym. I went to the gym a lot, tried to get a lot of muscles. It's very healthy.
U jednej chwilki bardzo się fokusował na jedzenie i teretanu i nie już думал o tym, co będzie jeść i wszemu frigider wypadał tak bardzo zdrowy, pełny, zdrowym jedzeniem.
And it's good habits, but in the end you can have a full fridge, but if you don't have Jesus in your heart, then it doesn't matter.
To dobre zwyknąca, ale do jakiej chwilki, kiedy przyjdziesz do tego, że masz pełny frigider, a prazne serce bez Jezusa. Kiedy się nie fokusujesz na nim.
This was in Bulgaria, so I lived here for a couple of years. And there was a big mountain, so I did a lot of mountain hiking. This was on the top of the mountain.
To було у Болгарській, це жив 3,5 роки. Жив у Болгарській і робив, ну то на jednym planinareniu, który isto lubi i chodzi na jednej górze.
This was the woman that I met on the meditation retreat with Paulina.
upoznal žena z Makedonije, za ktorú som upoznal na Fruškej hori, keď boli na tým stretnúcu za túto meditáciu. I keď bol v Bulharskej, stretol túto ženu z Makedonije. Na Fruškej hori, vecka ešte v Bulharskej, no to je nazdávaše, že by ona bola v tej meditácii celé, ona še nazdáva, že ona nájde Isusa.
This is one of my adventures skydiving.
Skakanie zo spadobránu. Zajímavé.
That was on a meditation retreat in Thailand.
Meditácia na Tajlandu.
This was when I was partying a lot and doing alcohol and these kind of things.
Toto je jedna slika zo perioda, keď vás znova alkohol, drogu i druhý podobný
Looks
stvari.
like I was happy and I was with friends, that's a good thing, but the day after you're never that happy anymore.
No, vypatra, že v tej chvíľke je radosný, ale keď príde jutro deň, všetko toto padá do vody, veci ešte.
This is a Buddhist monk I met before. It was in Sofia, and I took a bike to Poland, and I crossed Serbia and some other countries.
Toto je jeden buddhističný monach, ktorého poznal, u Sofii, u Bulharskej, i on tam z Bulharskej na bicykli pošol do pošol do Krakova, z Bulharskej, pre celú Serbiu pošol na bicykli do Krakova, toto slika z tej dráhy.
Camping in on the Danube.
Toto kampovanie na Dunaju v Serbii.
Yeah, I think we've been there. But if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Hej,
Keď máte питання, драки, можете ще одну ставити.
Ja by som svoje pýtanie prevečujem všade. Musím prejsť pozdraví. Grupa evangelikov zo Selenči rušila na to, tu na náš schod, ale u laviču bol veľký údes i nemohli prejsť. Keď sa probovali po poľoch še prebiť i tak nemohli, museli še vrátiť a pozdravujem všetkých. So s nima išiel náš veľký priateľ Juraj Suđi, on ich vodzal i obracali še svoj poľoh i pošli domov.
Group of evangelists from Salencha, they were headed over here to attend the event, but there was a car accident
village nearby.
in a nearby town, and they tried to go around it, but they didn't manage. In fact, they had to turn back, but they sent greetings.
Okay.
Answers?
Ja ще се опитам Едвинови, že spomnul, že ho dorušil Svätý Duch, tedy keď pošiel do cerkvi. Co toto bolo, co ho dorušilo i u stvari prinieslo mu šťastie, ktoré nedal za 6 rokov. Konkrétno, keď môže povedať, co došlo.
The question is, you said that you were touched by the Holy Spirit. Can you explain this feeling and what is it that touched you?
Good question. Yeah, I went to church with my parents that morning, and I was doing the worshiping, the singing, and I just felt, I didn't know what it was at the moment, but later I realized it was the Holy Spirit and it was Jesus touching me. But
Pošao sam do cerkve toto rano s rodičami i pjevao sam na službi i čustvovao sam, že me coška dorušilo, nije razumio sam u krivki, že co to bilo, ali posle sam pohopil, že to bol Isus, ktorý me dorušal.
yeah, it's hard to explain. I went to church a long time and later also, and I never, never received the Holy Spirit or never felt it or whatever. But after all of these things, then suddenly he came. I cannot explain it, but it was afterwards things were never the same.
I skorej, keď som ju mali chodil po cerkvi, nemal som toto čувstvo, nemal som skorej dať také, ale keď som znova rušal do cerkvi, u tej chvíľky som čувstvoval, že mi troška dorušilo i to bolo celkom nové čувstvo za mňa.
Yeah, it's life changing.
I premenilo mi život.
Nie może być całkiem potolkować, czy mu stoi potolkować, co to coś.
Ja się chcę pytać, że moje pytanie będzie na króciutko, może być insze.
Mocniejszy.
Aha, že понеже хварел, že pil alkohol i drogiral se, že interesuje me či mal problémy prestať s ostim i jak mu to uspelo, pretože známe, že to stvária závislosť.
Since you said that you drank a lot of alcohol and did drugs, did you find it difficult to stop? Because those things can very easily trigger an addiction, and
Yeah.
it can be very hard to leave that. How did you manage to stop doing that?
With the alcohol, I was always a social drinker, so I did a lot of drinking in the bar when I was 16 until 22 or something, and then I moved from the Netherlands. So because I moved from the bar from the town, I stopped doing that, and I did not really have any problems with that.
За što tika alkoholu, malo sam bio u društvu, kad sam išao dakle, do karčmine, do klubov. To sam na 16 roki počal, ali kad sam pošao z Holandije, išao sam z toho okruženja, da sam prestal i pic, poneže sam njemal potrebu pic kad sam bol sam.
But I do have to admit that I still once in a while with friends I drink.
Ale muszę przyznać, że kiedy niekiedy, kiedy widzę z towarzyszami, to się popijem tak.
Today? Today now.
Mieszkanie.
And what concerns drugs, I did this because I was trying to feel that wall inside that I felt. And after all of these years, it was just as with meditation. After a while, I realized this is not going to work. So I was never really that addicted. And everything I had, I just flushed to the toilet.
Co się dotyka drogów, z tym sam próbował popolnic to dział u szewcu, co sam mal, ale sam widział, że mi to nie wypełniuje i nie kasnął sam do tej intensywnej miery, że sam mal zawisłość od tego i w jednej chwili sam pochopil, że mi to nie wypełniuje i wszystkie drogi, co sam mal, sam wrócił do szkoły i pójść
І ще одне питання, нем, že це що дотика медитації tej praksi, či vošli ще до деякої praksi od New Age, či len було медитації, як похопило, že to nie to ta stvar, ktorá ho vyplňuje, odnosno či to len було tedy, keď vecka ho povolali do cerkvi, či inšak da, jak to pochopilo.
When it comes to when we were involved with the New Age movement, did you only do meditation or did you start some other practices? And how did you realize that that was not what fulfilled you and that you needed something else and that was not doing it for you?
Let me think. I mostly did meditation, but I did yoga as well.
Robil som väčšinu meditáciu, ale som robil jogu.
And I did some like specific drugs with hallucinatics, things like this.
Robil som i, to jest, konzumiral som i taký halucinogénne drogy.
But it's all the same story. After a while, I realized this is not going anywhere, and I then just stopped and started doing something else.
Ale so všetkým bola istá pripovedka, že som pochopil, že mne toto nie vyplňuje, tak som prestal i počal robiť veci inšie.
Thank you. Ja
Is it the family that helped you the most in ending this?
No, they barely even knew that I did these things.
Pýtal sa, že či mu familia pomohla, že by prestal, ale hovorí, že nie, oni ani neznali, že som skoro robil.
Pytanie tam?
Ja bih še htjela pitati, či še može vratiti na to rano, kad ho otec volao do cerkvi, že čom u stvari i pošao. Mohol povedať, že nechceš mi, lebo druhý raz, či pošao z učtivosti, či pošao z radoznalosti, či baš konkrétno, či može povedať, že čom. Toto ráno, keď ho vec to počustoval, že čom baš stvarno pošao, tedy ráno.
If you could go back to that morning when specific reason that made you say yes? Was it pure curiosity, or what was the specific reason?
So I suppose I have to say that my mom, she started to really believe in Jesus when I was about 14, and she went to this specific church. And at that time I didn't want anything to do with it, but I think that also was in the back of my mind.
Keď som mal 14 roky, moja mať vás pošecela víry i cerkvi, do ktorej chodila, tak to mi z jednoho boku v hlave stalo bolo, že to ju pricahuje.
And also I was very practical, so I was trying all of these things. And it was Sunday morning, and basically I had nothing else to do. And I was like, why not?
Bar som praktično pristúpil k problému, som šorom proboval všetko i toto nedzeľu ráno som nemal co robiť, som si dohľadal, že čo mene, hajde probujeme toto.
Може ще наставити?
Hej.
Že чи може би закиди подумав, що то може бути мать його відбавляла то шицько. Та що на праці. Чи то може бути закиди, що йому прицягало през думки.
Do you think that maybe your mother influenced you through prayer or through something that she wished for you to go to church?
Yeah, 100%. Mother's praying is very important. Pray for all of these children. My two youngest brothers, they do not believe yet, but we're all praying for them, and I'm sure my mom is praying the hardest.
Macera molitva už baš bitna i definitivno privolala na toto. Moj mladší brat sa neveria ešte, ale ešte všetci prajeme za nich. Možno tí oni najdu вірують раніше.
Ще одне питання.
Чи би да се пременило, keď by rodiči znali, co on robi? Чи добре, že tak deti не повезли родичам, co ж robi? Pa добре, a moji oni ne znaju. Чи to добре?
Do you think how did it influence you? The fact that your parents didn't know what you were doing when you were traveling the world. Do you think that it's good that parents sometimes don't know everything that their kids are up to, or do you think they should tell their parents more?
Well, my mom has said later that she was very happy that she didn't know all of these things. Only after I knew.
Moja mať poznejšie hovorila, že dobre, že neznala, co som všetko robil.
But I knew a little bit about it. So, of course, I knew I struggled like with drugs. I had another relation that I took too much, and then I went to church with them for a couple of times, but it only was a short amount of time. So they knew a little bit about what was going on.
Так узнали, že co som robil, u tajných chvíľkoch videli že v akým stane bol, ale neboli bardzo pocení i neznali vedu.
Можна? Моє питання, що може бути просто ти 6 років це путував. Як отримував отношення зі своїми родичами, братами, тобто яке їм було отношення, і може бути з товаришами вдома, чи не було самені, тобто вели роки, то не там 2 роки пойдеш, а наші брат зради 2 роки путував, так що ті отношення отримував, і які були.
When you left the Netherlands and were traveling the world, how did you stay in contact with your family and your friends from the Netherlands? Did you at any moment feel any shame about perhaps not staying in contact with them enough, or what did your relationship with them look like at that moment?
Yeah,
or
so
that period of time?
I called with my mom and dad like every 2 weeks, so we definitely call a lot.
Bol som rodičov jeden raz u 2 týždňov.
With my friends it was not so good. I have a group of friends at home, and we had a birthday party on Saturday, and I said Monday I'm leaving to Bulgaria.
So spajtašami som nie ostal v takých dobrých odnošeniach. Jednu sobotu večer sme
že som nerozumel na druhých i môj otec nebol šišlivý so s tým a pospíškali sme ešte zdodujem, že som jednej chvíľky rucov za hlavčok do neho.
But I only realized these things later, and actually, when I left Bulgaria, it was also a decision to go back to my family and friends, because otherwise I would lose them.
To som pochopil až poznejšie, že nebola dobrá odluka i keď som pošol z Bulharskej, som odlučil, že chcem znova pojať s ním a že chcem znova vybudovať dobré odnošenie s ním.
And they have forgiven.
I prebačili mi.
Kto môže opýtať Jezusa? Dobre, ešte spýtanie? Hej, povedz.
Či má také rečenie, napríklad by opísal, so ktorom, že on prežil
Do you have any kind of model in your life?
Do you have any sort of sentence that you turn to for guidance in your life, something that you repeat to yourself to motivate yourself, or some principle that you give yourself by?
So I have, I will find the Bible. I have a big van where I move bikes with because I have to bring them to all the places.
Mám veľký kombi s prevožím bicykli, na robote prevožím.
Let me see, it's in Job 19:25. Here. I put it on my van and it says, I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth. So I know that my Redeemer lives. That's something that I always tell myself, that whatever happens here on this planet, Jesus is alive, and there is a better world coming than this world.
Could you repeat the sentence itself again, please?
Job 19:25. I know this is what Job says. Like Job had a lot of struggle in his life and a lot of bad things happening to him. But even though all of these things happened to him, he says, I know that my Redeemer lives.
Ja znam, že môj spasiteľ žije, že on na tej zemi tu so nami.
Že je lepší čas, napríklad.
So I always have this hope.
Jaké plány má na jeho život?
What are the plans for the future?
To find a girlfriend. And for my business, now I have my business and God is leading it. But I'm not financially independent yet, so I want to go better. And also, I'm starting an organization to help people mainly in Pakistan, where Christians are very oppressed. So I want to help them. We build a chicken farm and other things.
Chcem, že by, nadám sa, že mi robota by sa najlepšie ísť, že som hoden v jednej chvíľky byť pod plnou finančnými nezávislý, že by som rozvil firmu ďalej. I porušujeme organizáciu, že by sme pomohli kresťanom z Pakistánu, ponieważ u Pakistanu kresťania nemajú najlepšie условия.
I teraz otvorili farmu
v
kurčátok tam. Hej.
Že či je u kontaktu ešte so svojimi priateľami, so ktorými pili roky ročne?
Are you still in contact with the friends you were close with when you were drinking and doing drugs? And are you still in contact with those people?
Some with meditation, yes, he's sitting there.
So ľuďma, s ktorými som meditoval, hej, jednoducho tam.
Not so much contact, but yeah, I still have some friends from that time. Not so many, but a couple of friends still stay there. We're good friends, good people, and I'm praying for them, and I hope that they will find Jesus as well one day.
Z toho periodu života s ľuďmi, s ktorými bol ten blízky, je nie veľa kontaktu, ale s jednými osobami je ešte vše hej. S ľuďmi, za ktorých zná, že sú dobrí, že majú dobré srdce i modliš za njim, že i oni najdu Isusa u svojim životom.
Keď by teraz videli Isusa, ktoré mu pytanie stále?
If you talk to Jesus now, what question would you ask
will say anything, I will just give him a very long one.
Думам, že by som už nepýtal nič, že by som bol ovládal.
Edwin, thanks a lot for your testimony, for sharing your experience with all of us.
Ďakujeme, že si podzielal svoje skúsenosti s nami.
And, share your experience with us that you shared your experience with us, and it was really brave. Also to come here, especially for this very event, and you are going back Tuesday morning. So have a safe trip, and thanks a lot for coming here.
Bolo baš smelovace, že si prišiel tu i otvoril sa tak pred nami, hoď putuješ na poltorok nazad i želáme ti bezpečné cestovanie.
Here we have some little presents for you. Ďakujeme všetkým, že ste boli, ďakujeme bardzo veľa na tých krásnych pytaniach. Ja možno povedať, že som bardzo užíval Željkovom intervju, možno, že to bolo jedno zo krajších slov života. Ja práve mohol, veci som mohol slúchať a niekde je ešte dole.
Ďakujem. Zamorničko. Že by bolo krásne, keď by na jeden dôchodem napísal toto svoje iskustvo, čo by nám stalo, aj gestu, jak zná, i ruské slovo i zvoni, to by nám všetkým ostalo. No jasne, jak može toto široké iskustvo. Dok by nám to veľký dar boli, ostalo by nám veľa vecí, to sú jeho sliky. Keď môže to. Nie tako, pojďte domov,
in one page or 2 pages that we could have as a sort of summary of your life experience and what you told us here today, so you can remember that.
This what we did here. Okay.
Yes.
In Serbian or in
Serbian.
Can we take a picture?
We take a picture, and that's it. Come here. Všetky dbajte na you can sit here.